Hey, it's sunny. It's like great outside. It's Atlanta. It's not Vegas. And it's watching Amazon. And who are you, sir?
This is the bold one, the cold one, John Colder Eyes Lawson.
I'm Brent Leary. It's not that cold. You're not that
Cold.
It's like
It's
getting
nice.
close to
It's
like
beautiful.
90 here or something.
Yeah, it's going to be mid-90s tomorrow.
You know what? I have never appreciated Atlanta as much as I have in this past 5-6
Oh,
months.
here we go.
Atlanta is
This
just such a nice
guy.
place to be.
This guy, I
Yeah.
tell you,
I'm just
you
saying.
got the cushiest job in America, and you complain the most. Why? Why? He's complaining because he got to go to Vegas again,
Yeah,
and again,
yeah.
and again.
And
What is that? Six times in 8 weeks? Seven?
It's something
Six
like that.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right. Anyway, but you're getting ready for the big trip.
Yes,
Your
yes.
annual pilgrimage down under.
To Australia, can't wait. Yay.
What's the name of the conference again?
The conference is Retail Global. This one's in the Gold Coast, and they do one in the U.S., and I'm not sure where they're doing it this year, but they are moving away from Vegas. So there you go.
I like
Somebody
this
is at least
conference.
not doing
I've
it.
never been there,
You've never been there.
but I think I like it.
Oh my gosh, just because it's not in Vegas.
Yeah, that's a really good reason to
Yeah,
like it.
me too. I'm going to like that too this year.
Okay, so let's get into watching Amazon because
Yes.
every week, and it seems like it just gets more and more crazy every
Constantly.
week.
Constantly something to talk about.
And so we're going to talk about what going first here.
All right, so we're just talking about U.S.-based companies that are paying the most to the internees, because this is intern season coming up. You know,
Did you call them the
are-
internees?
That's what it says, internees.
They're just interns.
If you're in a group of interns, there are a bunch of internees.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a gaggle.
Yeah.
You know.
Whatever you say.
Yeah. But at any rate, they put out a list, the top 10 list, and number one was Facebook. Their average monthly pay for an intern is $8,000.
Yo, I gotta go back to
I didn't
college or
know you could
something.
make that kind of money as an intern.
That's like $96,000 a year.
And then right behind it, Amazon at $77.25, $7,725 a month. Then you got Salesforce rounding out the top three, which is, you know, your favorite.
CRM.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta like that. CRM company paying big bucks.
You got Google $7,500, Microsoft $7,200, Uber $7,100, which to me is amazing that you can intern at Uber for less money than you can for driving an Uber.
Hold on a second.
You know? There's one right there. Yeah, or one that way.
Either one.
So this one's closer right now.
yeah.
Yeah. Right around that table. That's okay. Where was I at?
Let's start over with just doing the.
Oh, okay. So reading. So let's start. And then Amazon, number 2. Is that a good place?
No,
if I
let's
do
start
that?
from the beginning.
Start from the beginning.
I'll
okay.
just do this. All right. So what do we got first?
Okay. So first up, we're going to talk about the top 10 companies that are paying the highest for their internships in 2019 to the internees. Yeah. So what?
Internees.
Yeah, that's what you call a bunch of interns. They're internees, sort of like a gaggle of geese.
Well, what do you just say interns? Because you say intern when you're talking about one. Interns when you're talking about more than one, right?
Right.
Where is this internees stuff?
If you have a group, if you're trying to measure a group of internees, gosh.
I'm gonna have to see my attorney on this one because I don't get it. All right.
So number one is Facebook. Their average monthly pay is $8,000.
Jesus.
I know. I know they weren't paying that back in the day, was they?
Dude, I was getting like bus fare.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for coming in. We'll buy you a tuna sandwich.
Maybe.
You know. Number 2 is Amazon, right behind it, $77.25.
That's a lot of money.
It is, and then Salesforce, to me, surprising, $7,600.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Google, $7,500. Microsoft, $72. Uber, this one I love, $7,167.
I'll tell you who doesn't love that.
What's that?
Uber drivers
Don't try
love
to
that.
take my joke. Why are you going to take my joke?
I'm sorry. Uber
Oh my
drivers
God, whatever.
and Amazon warehouse employees
Are both making less than the
are
interns.
probably not going to be happy
They're
about
both
these
making
numbers.
less than the interns.
Yes.
That's crazy.
But, you know, it's the type of jobs, of course. We all know that.
Yeah.
But that's still got to
Well,
hurt a
plus,
little bit.
I mean, also, you have to look at where they're, you know, residing.
I'm sure most of the interns are at the corporate
Are
headquarters.
at the corporate
right?
headquarters,
Yeah.
sitting there in the San Francisco Northwest. It's expensive.
It is.
All get out.
San Francisco, it's New York, it's all
Yeah.
over Silicon Valley.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. Then just the last couple, Bloomberg, Capital One, Apple, and number 10, Bank of America.
What's the biggest surprise? Is it Uber?
Yeah, Uber would probably be the biggest surprise to me. Absolutely.
I'm overall surprised because those are some big numbers.
Yeah. But I mean, and the thing is that tech is actually beating fintech or just financial in general. That's pretty surprising to me. I mean, back in the day, it was a lot of the financial. There's no Accenture or anything like that in there. No consulting. Nah. That day is over.
Well, right now, it's almost like. Remember, there's a movie that said the day of the Geechee is over.
You think that's
the
it's
day
kind
of
of hard.
Accenture.
It could be.
Hey, look, I worked at PricewaterhouseCoopers, so
Yeah,
I can get away with saying some of that
they're all
stuff.
struggling, man, for relevancy. I'm sure
Anyway,
to
all
some
right.
degree.
Interesting. I'm going back to school. I'm getting me one of those. I want to become an internee.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Not
See
an
that?
attorney, an
It's-
internee.
See how it rolls.
Yeah, rolls. It needs to keep on rolling.
Anyway, just
Never
go.
to be heard from again. All right. So,
Whatever. What's
we
your-
are
what's
in
your-
the midst of, this whole trade war, the tariff war.
You want to just talk about that?
It's U.S., it's China. And one of the really interesting articles that I saw, it's not just a two-country battle. There's a third superpower that's actually being a part of this. You know who that is?
Alexa? Shit, I don't know.
I would say it's Alexa,
say Amazon?
it's Jeff and company. I hadn't thought about this, but Amazon is playing a pretty significant role in particularly how these tariffs are impacting the U.S. small business person. You're a U.S. small business person.
It's not affecting me at all.
Oh, but there's an article, and there's this company. I think it's Maxar or something like that. Maxa. You got to be close. You got to be careful how you say Maxa.
Maxa?
Maxa.
Okay. Yeah, because
Maxa.
I'm trying to see where you're going with this,
All
because
right.
I'm not feeling this.
So this company's.
Amazon, a superpower. My foot.
Well, keep your foot over there, please. I've seen it. All right, so it's this company, Maxa, is a seller of electronic gadgets. A lot of those gadgets are made in China. Mm-hmm. They sell them not on Amazon's platform. They actually sell them to Amazon.
Oh, that's their problem.
And then Amazon sells them on their platform.
Well, that is such. Okay.
Well, you can have your retort after I let the people get the feel for what's going on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so because the tariff hit 25%, I believe, hit this company who doesn't sell on Amazon, they sell to Amazon, so they have to have an agreement with Amazon to they were looking for a price increase of about 25%. Amazon is like, nah, we can't do that because Amazon sells those to individual consumers. And Amazon is looking out for the price. Amazon is looking out for the price.
Go ahead. I'm just playing my violin.
I don't need no special effects here.
No, go ahead.
This company has been reached out to Amazon and said, hey, look, because of the tariffs, can we increase the price that we sell these things to you? They didn't even hear anything back from it, because they got
Amazon don't care.
Amazon has a standing order of hundreds a week.
Yeah.
And so when they cut that standing order. The company that sells to Amazon, they cut the standing order. They said they didn't even hear anything from Amazon. So then they started reaching out. They said, hey, can we renegotiate? They didn't hear anything from them again. So they hired a marketing company. The marketing company actually got a response from Amazon saying, yeah, we can go 3%. The company is like, look, that's just not enough. We're getting hit with 25%. Can you do anything more? I think the end result is they got it to 5.5%. But
Good for them.
This company is like, look, we can't, and it's not just them. They're kind of representative companies that are doing business with China, doing business in the States, and using Amazon as basically one of their biggest customers. And Amazon is like, look, you can't be passing off that big 25% thing to us because we're definitely not going to pass it off to our customers. And you say to that guy, what?
I'm hearing the violins. I mean, you know, you put yourself in a position where you have one client, all right? Amazon is their one client.
Well, it's the biggest client.
Well, no, it's their one client because they're crying like this. I'm serious. I mean, I know a lot of companies that do have one major contract or one, but I mean, you put yourself at risk. You're always at so for that one company, Amazon feels like a third world power for them or a third big power. But not for every company. That's only for somebody like that.
These guys did make an interesting point.
What's their point?
He says because Amazon pretty much sets the stage for pricing, that if Amazon says you get this much, then everybody else is basically Walmart, all the other big companies that they sell to, they're going to say, well, if Amazon is paying this, I'm going to pay this. So that really makes Amazon into a third superpower in this thing. And
that's the game you're playing. I don't get it.
You don't care.
Look, I'm not saying I don't care, but what do you want me to do for you? Right? What do you want us to take up picket signs and say Amazon pay your vendors more? I mean, no. You need to learn how to sell direct to consumers. Call me. I'll help you with that.
You don't want to help,
I told him give me a call. Give me a call.
No,
I'll tell you how to sell direct to consumers so you can get.
Go to Washington.
Here's the thing. Right now, you're a middleman, and middlemen get squeezed when prices go up, right? And they're really not offering a whole lot of value other than they order it, put their name on it, and sell it on the other side. So that guy is getting squeezed out anyway. I mean, ultimately, Amazon wants to squeeze out all the middlemen. Walmart wants to squeeze out all the middlemen, you know? So, I mean, you got to play this game the way it's meant to be played. And what's going to ultimately happen is that tariffs hit everybody. So there's nobody that's going to be making the same product you're making, like they called it. What did they say they're making?
Electronic gadgets, devices.
Yeah, electronic gadgets. That means anybody else can order that same stupid cord, you know, with lights in it and put their name on it. I mean, so their model is part of the reason why they're in that mode. Yeah. And I don't really even know this company. I could be completely wrong, but just the way that this article lays out what your product base is, that's what I think is the real problem.
No compassion for the little guy.
I am the little guy, but I sell directly to consumers. My stuff is going up 25%, but when I have to deal with it, and another thing is too, that's just the cost of the goods sold. That's going up 25%. If people understand what the whole supply chain is, then it's pretty bad. But if you have enough margin built in, you should be able to take that 5.5%, 10%, really, you know, around 10%, because they already ate 10% of it before. So it's really only going up 15%, right?
That's your math, man.
Well, I'm just saying.
Going off of the 25% thing.
Well, I'm saying it was already up 10%.
Well, I don't know if it's just
and it's moving up
certain
to 25%.
Components that they use, or if it's completely manufactured in China, so the whole thing is taxed at 20 or tariffed at 25%. I don't know.
Right.
It's just right now. I believe this thing makes Amazon has become the third superpower in this thing because, let me ask you a question. Said.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
If Amazon's the third power,
right,
then where's Walmart?
Where's the third power outlet?
No. Where's yeah, right? Where's Walmart?
No, here's the Walmart follows what this guy is saying. Walmart will go with what Amazon sets as the price.
That's what he says.
Well, there's other people who said that too in that article.
Whatever.
And what is it any surprise that Amazon has that much clout? Because a lot of this stuff is being sold.
I mean, Amazon at some point is going to have to deal with this price increase,
right?
Because they're not going to be able to just walk to another one that's paying any less. I mean, look, the tide is rising for all boats. So if Amazon thinks they're going to get away with 1/4 or 2/4 of, you know, lower price, at some point the price has to catch up even with Amazon. The tariffs are going to affect everybody. It'll work itself out. Don't freak out.
I feel for the small business guy.
I feel for every small business.
But I appreciate Amazon in this regard because they're at least keeping the prices down for the end consumers.
By screwing the manufacturers.
I don't know how long that'll happen.
By screwing the manufacturers.
No, China is actually doing that.
No, actually, the tariffs are doing that.
Actually, I guess we got to say this is started by
this is the
on our end. Right?
Yeah, this is on our end. This is our war.
So it gets back to the president, just actually.
Yeah, I mean, this policy of hardball politics is kind of going the way everybody said it would at the beginning.
Yeah, so let's say, Mr. Maxa, maybe you want to start sending emails to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
I think so.
Maybe that.
And at the same time, take a trip to India or South Korea.
Find a country that's not on the tariff list.
But I did read a story. Let me just say this. I did read a story, and I can't remember the company. It was a pretty big company, a retail house, and they made arrangements in early last year for the 10% tariff increase, thinking that this might happen. And they moved a lot of their manufacturing to India.
Smart move.
In preparation. And they were just talking about how well they're doing because they did make that move.
Smart move.
And,
Smart move.
And the deal was that even if this didn't play out, their business would still be in a better position just because they moved to a different manufacturing other than China. So I think that's something you guys have got to start at least on the horizon, start thinking about.
So you want the Maxa guy to call you said?
Yeah, give me a holler, man. I can help you out.
All right. We beat that one up. Imagine.
I did beat it. You know what? It's clickbait. I didn't like the title from the beginning.
Oh, I think it was actually a pretty interesting article.
It's an interesting article.
Thank you for letting us have an article that basically we talked for 10 minutes on. So.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. All right, so you got one more?
No, I don't. I have nothing else to say.
That was it?
No, I only had one this week.
I thought you had another one.
I don't remember.
You didn't want to do the small business one, I guess.
What was the small business one? Now that you didn't beat me up on small business.
1.9 million.
Oh.
Amazon report.
Yeah. There's two reports. Yeah. Didn't we talk about last week where it talked about how many people were making like 90,000 in sales?
Well, that wasn't last week. That was like several months ago.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's kind of the same. It's not several months, but it's kind of in the same vein that they're saying right now, like 1.4 million.
In total, there are more than 1.9 million businesses, content creators, and developers in the U.S. using Amazon products and services to follow their dreams and reach customers.
Absolutely, man. And probably half of that 1.9 are authors. You know what I'm saying? So it's like how you package it up. It sounds
content creators.
Content creators. That'd be authors.
That could be authors.
That'd be T-shirt guys.
It could be a lot of different things.
Yeah. I mean, because Amazon has so many different services that they have their own internal gig economy.
Oh, you were just trying to figure out a way to put that word.
I had to, because you know what? If I really think about it, to me, Amazon was one of the first gig economy people out there with Amazon Turks.
Oh,
which we never talk about. Nobody still talks about.
It was so under the radar.
It still is. Yeah. It's still out there, and people are still making great money off of that. And that was a very original gig economy from what, maybe 2009?
That was a long time ago.
It's been a long time.
Okay, so here's the other component that really maybe 2 years ago wasn't even a part of this mix. Amazon stores have created an estimated 1.6 million jobs worldwide, but developers have built more than 90,000 Alexa skills.
Okay.
So that's a part of the content creator.
That's a gig economy too.
That is too.
That is
We
too.
talked about the dude that bought the Tesla.
Yeah. We talked about him last week.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are the same people as well.
Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of authors from around the world have self-published millions of books through KDP. Thousands of independent authors earn more than 50,000. Now that's thousands. What does that mean? 1,001.
I don't know. Could be 150,000.
It could be. We don't know.
But they earn how much?
Well, they said more than 1,000 authors, independent authors, surpassed 100,000 in royalties.
Now that's pretty big.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah, that's pretty big because you're keeping what, 80% of that?
I thought 70%.
70%. Yeah, 70% of that. See, now those numbers are great because there's nothing other than the effort going into.
And if you remember last week when we talked about the Tesla dude, 70% of the take goes to the developer too with that.
Yes.
So there's some pretty significant ways that you can make some decent money at scale, because look at all the people that are involved, not just on the platform, but in the Amazon ecosystem.
Yes.
So there are opportunities to actually, you can reach some pretty significant scale without putting a lot out, at least not a lot of dollars out.
Now, you know what? For those people, Amazon is a superpower.
Oh, he finally came around after all of that. Interesting stuff. And see, you thought we didn't have anything interesting to talk about with this thing.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting, I'm sorry I tabled that one.
Yes.
That was good. You got another one?
Just be glad I'm around, folks, because you might be missing out on a whole bunch of stuff, you know.
Man.
I'm not going to push my luck. I got to get ready to pack my bags and go to Vegas again.
Oh, darn, really? Sorry. Man, you got a suck job.
Yeah, you just suck, all right? Anyway, he's cold. He's going down under.
I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, man.
2 and 2? Are you Chuck Woolery now?
Yeah, 2 and 2.
All right.